Hi, and welcome to another episode, Chart Artists. Quite a lot to get through today. I'll keep it brief and bright, as always. And let's analyze the price of Bitcoin. ETFs finally approved late last night here in South Africa. I stayed awake, watched the approval, and then I saw Bitcoin doing nothing. And then I saw ETH exploding and the whole ecosystem around ETH exploding. Okay, nevertheless, let's go through some altcoins, analyze the price of Bitcoin, see where Ethereum is at. Also, let's look at CVD, liquidity heat map, what can we see over there. Also, a nice little exchange that I've been testing out and trying out. I want to share with you my feedback and some news. Let's get into the news quickly. As always, if you enjoy the content, please smash up the like, subscribe to my channel for future updates, and let's get right into it. First thing on the list, Bloomberg predicts 4 billion in spot Bitcoin ETF inflows in the first day of trading. Okay. With the possibility of 2 billion directly from BlackRock. When you look at the chart, sorry, not the CVD, the chart, it doesn't really look like $4 billion has come in as yet. So yeah, we'll just have to analyze and see what are the bullish scenarios and what are the bearish scenarios in play. The one thing that is concerning me is the red volume kicking in here, and I don't see any aggressive green candles and volume kicking in for that 4 billion that's supposed to inflow in the first day, which is today. So anyways, go back to the news. And then next on the list, Tony the Bull expects at least $100,000 during 2024 for this entire bull cycle. Not really anticipating any pullbacks, but from an Elliott wave perspective, it looks like he has 1, 2, 3. We are still busy with the third wave, and only once we get here to the $100,000 level is he expecting a pullback to perhaps here the $70,000 level, and then for conclusion and a end of the bull cycle here by between the $200,000 and $180,000 mark. Okay, so quite a lot of bullish sentiment still out in the market, and I think, all driven by this ETF approval that happened yesterday. Next up, falling wedge and hammer. This is specifically the ETH to BTC strength, and this is what we saw yesterday, is the strength of Ethereum to Bitcoin looks like it finally bottomed out, and a nice little hammer candle closed inside this bullish pennant that has a high probability of breaking to the upside, and perhaps that is why we're seeing ETH exploding at the moment. Also considering the ecosystem built around Ethereum, where you just see coins exploding, popping 50%, 30%. Okay. So could this have been the bottom for Ethereum? Only time will tell, which means that Bitcoin either needs to consolidate here at this range for Ethereum and the ecosystem to stay bullish and continue with the uptrend. But I do suspect if Bitcoin is going to have a dramatic pullback from here, it's going to drag everything down with it. So just keeping that in the back of my mind. Satoshi Stacker writes, now that the spot Bitcoin ETF has been approved, here are the deadlines for the spot ETF ETH filings. Okay, final deadline, or the first final deadline on the 23rd of May this year. Okay, so perhaps sell the news event, and perhaps that's why also the price of Ethereum is starting to run. Interesting one here, whale wire. We have to always consider the bearish scenarios as well. It's no coincidence that every single Bitcoin top over the last nine and a half years has been triggered by Wall Street. They use their protocols and manipulate to control the prices. Once it actually launches, it always followed by a bloodbath. Okay, so you can see top CME features launch, Coinbase IPO goes live, 7+ Bitcoin features launches, all at the tops. So could this time be different? Are we going to still see continuation up to the upside, or are we nearing the top where we will finally see a deeper correction in Bitcoin? Right, looking at the price of Bitcoin, I did some analysis this morning is to say that, okay, for now, we are consolidating above the yearly level over here. And you can see I've got a daily level there as well that has been tapped and respected. So if I go on to the daily, just want to show, we created a daily level here 3 days ago, which we SFP'd from to find continuation to the downside. So I'm leaving it there for now because it looks like it's currently acting as resistance. And if we are able to break through, I want to see this daily level flip into support to confirm bullish momentum to the upside. Yesterday, we formed this daily level over here, which we sliced through. Okay, just take this trend. Let me just take this trend out the way. You can see where we sliced through and we SFP'd from this daily level, now finding momentum to the upside. So just leaving this daily level here to see, well, if we do roll back, will it hold as support together with this yearly level? Okay, so quite important for bullish momentum to continue to the upside that we find consolidation and strength above the yearly level. Right, let's go back onto the 1 hour, just analyze very simply and quickly is to say that when we came back, when we moved up yesterday and we came back for a retest over here, when you switch on your session volume profile, you can see that we tapped yesterday's point of control over here to perfection. Okay, for now the momentum to the upside. So that's where I get the previous day point of control from. And now it looks like bullish momentum is in our favor. So let's just clean this up a little bit. I also want to switch on some trend lines and make sure that we all speaking the same language. I'm just tracking this momentum to the upside, and also this big parallel channel that I've had over here it is important for us to remain above, consolidate perhaps for continuation to the upside. And it looks like we found support here above these highs for now continuation. Okay. On the higher time frame, it does look like we have some significant green volume coming in, but when you go into the 1 hour, for example, it's really scattered. It does look like red volume is overshadowing the green potential volume that still needs to come in. Okay, cool. The one thing that I'm noticing over here is to say that, well, if we are going to make impulses to the upside, remember the one scenario that I did highlight is to say that when you take this as a corrective structure from the high to the low, you drag it across, you reverse it, and I've showed this in my previous 2 updates as well, as to say that, well, we are at the targets of reversal if this is a corrective structure to the upside for a deeper correction. Okay, in order for bullish momentum to continue, like I said, you want to see us close and consolidate and keep the yearly level as support for continuation. Zooming in to the smaller time frames here, or just zooming into this current price action that we have over here, is to say that, well, if this is a 1, 2, and now we need to make a third wave to the upside, where can the potential targets take us? So you take your fib extension from the bottom to the top to the bottom. I don't really like to count this week because of the fake Gary Gensler when his account got hacked on Twitter and he didn't have 2-factor authentication enabled. So for now, I'm just ignoring this week as if it didn't exist. Okay, so let's reverse. Is to say, usually, generally speaking, your 1.618 targets or any 618 target for a third wave are common targets. So not necessarily only the 1.618. We can go and extend to the 2.618, the 3.618, and even the 4.618 for momentum to the upside to go and complete a potential third wave that we are busy with right now. But generally speaking, a common target or a minimum target is considered the 1.618. And the rule of Elliott wave theory is, as long as your third wave is not the shortest, is still valid. But I like to look at the 1.618. As you can see, this 1.618 aligns here with the daily and the weekly level as well, where the daily and the weekly level is exactly at the same point, making that level so much stronger. So could this be momentum that we're forming now to the upside to come and claim this $51,000 level? Okay. Switching on my daily analysis, we are facing massive resistance over here where we have a macro, and I think I do have those levels here. Let me see. Yeah, we have a monthly point of control, and we also have the 0.618 from the top of the bull market to the bottom, the low that we've made. There we have a 1.618. So definitely we can wick through it, consolidate for momentum to the downside. So lots of resistance to the upside. Okay, just cleaning this up a little bit. Take the today out. Also, if this is a corrective structure to the upside, 1.382, 1.236, and even the 1-to-1 ratio is possible to areas where we could turn around before we even hit the 1.618. Okay. Also, the other thing that I looked at is to say, taking this one out the way, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this is your first wave, and now we have just completed the first wave inside the third wave now to the upside. You can also go and measure that to say that, well, if this is now 1, 2, 3, remember each wave has 5 waves inside of it, and this is now the first wave of continuation to the upside from the bottom to the top to the bottom. And you will see it also aligns. If I take this 1, 2, 3, nice little alignment there, as you can see. Okay, where just drag this a little bit down, where the 1.618s are very closely aligned. So just extra layer of confluence over there. Just want to switch on the daily levels and see if we also have the macro 1.618 over here in confluence as well. So it looks like the planets are really starting to align around the $51,000 135 level. Depending on which exchange you are looking at and which platform you use to trade, this price might be a little bit different. Also, as I showed in my update last night, just cleaning this up a little bit, taking all the fibs out the way, Let's switch off some things just to show everyone. If I go into the daily, let's get some more real estate in here. And I zoom into this structure that we've made over here. If this is a, let's grab the Elliott wave count over here. If this is a 1, 2, and we are busy with the third wave to the upside, and you will then see that 1.618 level that I've just highlighted now from a macro perspective is when you take your fib expansion from the bottom to the top of 1, you drag it down, move it across. That is where I get that 1.618 level from. Okay, cool. So switching this on, you will then see that it's perfect alignment. Just need to move it a little bit down, ever so slightly. I think I did lock this level. Okay, so basically that's where I get the macro level from. So zooming into the smaller time frames, you can now see how all these impulsive waves align at this level. So could that potentially be the turning point? Only time will tell. From a bearish perspective, I mean, we have to always cover both bullish and bearish scenarios. So let me just undo. If we are going to make impulsive waves to the downside, you can then take your fib from the top to the bottom, to the top, and say, okay, cool, well, if this is a wave 1, 2, and we are going to start making impulses to the downside from a bearish perspective, minimum target 1.618 or common target 1.618. Also, I think if I start switching on some daily and weekly levels, you will see that this 1.382 also aligns with a weekly level. So this could potentially be A, B, C, where your C targets is in alignment with this daily level, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, common C wave target, common C wave target, common C wave target. A C wave target, but a little bit more rare. So this could also be an A, B, C to the downside for then continuation to continue to the upside. So we have to always look at both bearish and bullish scenarios. Cool. Ethereum, what is happening with Ethereum? Okay, yesterday I spoke about Ethereum flipping this resistance into support, and we were over here when I highlighted this in my update, is to say that we need to flip this resistance into support for continuation to the upside. Then the ETFs got approved and we're now seeing massive momentum. Okay, absolutely phenomenal. Let me just turn this green because this is now support, and you'll see I have a little alarm set here, and I'll show you guys now. I've been playing around with BingX. I literally sent like $47 to a BingX account. I opened it up, been playing around with it, and I will share some of the updates in here. But just this morning what I did is I saw we built a little mini bull flag. If you go here on the 15-minute, I saw this little sloping down trend line, and I was like, okay, cool, if we break it through this, I want to see us hold this consolidation, break through and not come back. Currently I think I am inside of a trade over there. Let me show you. Okay, so BingX, what a great exchange. Let's just quickly, briefly discuss BingX. What I do like about BingX, and I've been trading on many exchanges, including Binance, Mexi, Bybit, one of my favorite exchanges. And now I've been playing around with BingX. So far, so good. Really loving it. The fees are on par. Stop losses get triggered when they're supposed to get triggered. I also like the interface like Bybit and Mexi also has, where you can move your TPs and your stop losses around without having to go and type out everything. And so far so good. I've been quite aggressive with this account. I started playing with it a couple of days to a week ago, can't remember, but also here you can see I started with $47, currently up to $84. So been trading with this account quite aggressively. It's money that I am prepared to lose, and it's not generally how I would practice and trade with my bigger portfolios. But yeah, I'm just testing out the features, see if the stop losses triggers, what are the fees, and so far so good. Here you can see on the Bitcoin I've entered here below that daily level when we broke through and we got acceptance back above. My position already protected from a risk management perspective. And also then when you look at CVD, between this pivot and this pivot, you will notice that there's a nice little bullish CVD, of which the target is this little high over here. So that's currently the trade that I have in play over here, currently up 59% or $19. Considering the size of the account, that's quite significant. It's not usually something that I would do, but I am being more aggressive because I'm playing and I'm testing out the features, and so far so great. And yeah, if you would like to trade with me, if you would like to also open up a BingX account, please join me. Throw some play money in there, money that you are prepared to lose. Let's get aggressive together. Throw 49 or $50 in there, and let's see how fast we can grow our accounts by not blowing it. Okay, so the idea or the goal that I have with this account is to say, well, I want to double it to $100, then $200, $300, $400, and potentially even use this as the main platform to trade with, or one of the main platforms to trade with. From a risk management perspective, what's also important to me is not to keep all of your money on one exchange. So I want to spread out my risk. At the moment, I do most of my trading on Bybit and Mexi, and I want to include BingX in my portfolio as well. So if you'd like to join me, please use my affiliate link down in the description. And it's your ways to show love towards the channel. So please go ahead down in the description and use my affiliate link to sign up, register, put $50 in there, and let's play this together and see who can double our accounts in the shortest amount of time by still practicing good risk management. As you can see, when I enter a trade, I protect my position as quickly as possible. I plan my trade. That's the most important thing, is that I see people enter trades without planning their risk, without planning their profit levels. So for me, I've perfectly planned the trade. Whether it's going to play out or not is up to the market, but I have a plan. I've got good risk management, which keeps me in the game. So I'm currently waiting to see what's going to happen over here. I also have a small little ETH trade that I played over here, playing basically the breakout of this consolidation position, also already protected and currently in some nice profit. Well, if you call $2 nice profit, it's just a small little trade where I, basically a scalp small little trade. Considering the position size, it's still nice profit. Profit is profit nonetheless. Okay, so that's basically the exchange. Also looking at liquidity over here, not much liquidity to the up or to the downside. It does look like there's more liquidity to the downside, but nothing significant as yet. I mean, when you start zooming out to the weekly time frame, and you can then see, that's decent liquidity. When you have nice yellow that you can clearly see, that's decent liquidity to go and grab. But at the moment, just looking very neutral. Okay. And CVD, as per my discussion just now, CVD, as you can see, when I grab my tool, from this pivot to this pivot, okay, bullish CVD, together with that daily level, getting acceptance back above the level gave me the confidence to enter this trade, where I entered here somewhere, and the target being the high over here. Okay, cool. So currently in this trade, if you'd like to know more and you'd like to trade with me, please join our Legends community on Discord, where we go through daily analysis and share some updates and teach you how to fish for yourself. Okay, Ethereum I've discussed. Same pattern here on GRT. I think yesterday when I mentioned GRT, it wasn't in this area somewhere. Nice little breakout to the upside. I've been tracking this momentum, and finally a nice little breakout to the upside as well. You have to learn to play these little bull flags. If you have strong momentum to the upside, you will always consolidate, form these small little bull flags, track the momentum, and that's your ticket, that if you did lose or miss the bigger move to the upside, it's another way to get in, perhaps with less capital, less leverage, and still significant gains to make to the upside in this momentum, which most probably on the 1 hour looks just like one straight candle. Okay, not on the 1 hour, maybe on the 4 hour. Okay, literally looks like one straight candle to the upside. But then when you go into the 15-minute, you'll see that we are building small little bull flags for momentum to the upside. AVAX also spoke about this trade yesterday in my update, broke through, nice little consolidation, and now it looks like we're finding momentum to the upside. Link, same thing, spoke about it here. Breakout, consolidation, and now we're finding momentum to the upside. Okay, please do not FOMO into trades. Wait for consolidation. Wait for proof of support, proof of resistance before you enter a trade with good risk management. XTZ, I've been aggressively adding XTZ to my spot bags. Not a leverage trade for me at this stage. I have been tracking this momentum to the upside. We lost trend over here, but for me, it is adding to my spot bags with any pullback. I'm not planning to sell this during 2024. Okay, so I bought a little bit more here when we hit the 0.618, and even if we came down lower and we made all-time new lows, I will just keep on adding to my bag. And you want to buy the red candles and you want to hold the green candles. So for now, we're getting nice momentum to the upside, so quite happy with the size of that portfolio. Last coin here on the list, CRV. When I go onto the daily and I zoom in here, you can see it's one of those coins that has not had that run that most of the other altcoins has had so far. So perhaps, tracking this momentum to the downside here from 29th of June 2022, and we've been rejected once, twice, 3 times. Could we now finally find the momentum to the upside to come and claim this high over here? Okay, so definitely a coin that I'm slowly starting to add to my spot bags from a trading perspective. Also, from where we are right now to potentially come and claim this high over here, we're looking at 170, 169%. Okay, so definitely not a leverage trade for me. This is definitely a coin that I'm slowly starting to add to my spot backs, anticipating this nice little move up to come and claim this high, this high and this high over here. So definitely TP1, TP2. And it might even go higher, but you know, it's all a game of probabilities and good risk management and taking profits off the table. Right. That's basically the update from my side today. I know I think this update was a little bit longer than usual, but please smash up the like and subscribe to my channel. Please go and sign up with BingX using my affiliate link to show love and support towards the channel. Until the next update, cheers for now.